Hello everybody, welcome back. This is game number 2 on Zelda Caverns, of course. Back here for EPS. Game number 2, ChewbroCColi, our green Terran player. Lucky Green, the luck of the Irish versus red MaDFroG down here in the bottom left as Zerg. Now last game we saw MaDFroG go with, of course, some unconventional beginning, going with that early hatchery, getting so many drones, easily saturating that, keeping up with the Terran player easily in units while making quite a few roaches going in for attack, but it didn't turn out so well for him. So ChewbroCColi going for an early refinery, definitely indicative of some type of tech play, maybe even get one cut Reaper out for some scouting. And MaDFroG looks like he's going to be going down here, and he's going to go scout. Nope, yep, he's going to go scout. That was a little bit too early for a hatchery anyway, considering how much money he has. Usually, it's a pretty safe bet. You want to leave your, take your mining drone from your mineral patch at about 200, and that's a pretty safe number to do on basically any map. So I mean 200, when you have 200 minerals up here, send your drone from your minerals out there. So he's sending an overlord over here to the right. This is a place I like to send like one of my first overlords. That way it's in a key position to come up here and suicide force scout. So he's getting that drone out there pretty early, doing some harassing, may even kill that SCV if he doesn't move. He needs to get lucky. Oh, lucky transfer to the left side. He's actually going to be able to kill. Oh, snipes it and runs that hero drone, one kill. He's going to come back here and maybe do some more damage, but he can easily just hit T, cancel that building, and then kill that. He's might going to go for a gas steal. Be pretty smart considering he saw this early gas steal. He does do the gas steal, and ChewbroCColi is probably not going to enjoy that. So MaDFroG throwing down his own expansion and following with the spawning pool. And third overlord out, using the second overlord to scout out his expansion. Very smart play. I recommend all Zerg players do this. Send your second overlord to your expansion if you choose to expand, just to scout out to make sure you're not being proxied any bunkers, because that will easily lose you the game. So going with another 1-1-1 build here for ChewbroCColi. He actually cancels that drone on that extractor, and the Terran player ChewbroCColi was extremely fast, throwing down the refinery, taking it, and he's going to actually lose this drone. He hasn't started building that refinery yet, so he definitely really didn't need that. So he's definitely not going some type of super tech build. He's going to make a reactor swap here, probably do some hellion harass. I don't think he's even aware of this expansion yet. We can check this out yet. No, he hasn't even scouted his opponent's base. So a little bit late there on the scout. That harass with that drone kind of messed him up, I think. So MaDFroG is in a pretty good position right now. He's got his expansion rolling. He's got a queen coming, actually 2 queens. He really likes to make both of his queens at the exact same time. It makes it really nice to get your timings down. That way when you want to do your larval injections or creep tumors, you can do one and then quickly switch to the other with the hotkeys. So throwing down some larval injections first. Probably going to throw another one here. And he's already up on 2 gas. He's got a second extractor made. He doesn't have any units on there yet, but probably going to put some drones on that very quickly. So that SCV does come in and scout. He's well aware. He doesn't see very much. He does see the second gas early, and he sees the expansion, and he sees no tech for the Zerg player. So that's definitely a good idea of what he's up against. So we have one spine crawler over here, and then a set of Zerglings out. It looks like each one of these is going to run to each Zelda tower, and they're just going to slip right by here. But these are actually going to go over to the left and then pick off this one Zergling. But this one did sneak over here. Luckily, it's going to provide some vision. And this overlord is still waiting over here to be suicided into the base. A second spine crawler being built. I really think it's necessary to have 2 spine crawlers on this map whenever you're playing a Zerg to defend against some type of hellion harass. You know, one down here, and then another one here, more close to the front of the ramp. I do like the double blocking of the queens. I really think he needs to get these creep tumors started, just to get the spreading, of course. Throwing down one of each, they just multiply and spread creep so fast. Just that one creep tumor at the beginning can just pay off, you know, in dividends late towards the end of the game. So hellion harass coming in here, going to try and pick off some drones. 1 goes down, 2 goes down, and it looks like he's going to get 3 and 4 maybe. They're all grouped up there. Oh, he really should have just came here and suicided that last little bit there. He should have fell back. Did lose almost, I think he lost, yes, every single hellion there. He got about 4 kills, maybe 5, so it's not that too great of a trade in my opinion. So they are even with harvesters, but MaDFroG, of course, will be able to make quite a few mini and get back in this game easily. So our Terran player getting some banshees, even building an armory. Probably gonna swap this out and get some thors. Not really sure. These are kind of delayed banshees. Yep, here we go. Here we have the switch. So we might make some thor out of this. Gonna make some banshees and probably pump some marines. Getting another command center. These command centers are great just to have if you have extra money. You're going for some type of tech, and you're continuing SCV production. You have more than enough money to spend on a command center. You can then upgrade it into an orbital and just use its mules and producing extra SCVs. And even if you do get oversaturated here with the extra production of SCVs, you know, they're just ready to be transferred down here whenever this expansion is safe to take. So he is transferring his command center before he gets an orbital. Not really liking that too much. Maybe if he was extremely oversaturated, like double the number of SCVs, that, you know, would be considered cool. But one ling down here just blocking it, and he's going to die eventually. So that one spiderling did find that expansion, and he's well aware of that. So we have some banshees down here doing some harassing, but an overseer's out, and we have 2 queens on the field, so they'll do fine. Building another queen, and looks like he's going for a spire. So we'll see if he gets that thor. Yes, there's that thor is coming out. But he really doesn't have, he's going to have to pump out a bunch of hellions or marines or something to deal with these lings, because I think MaDFroG is going to go with a ling and muta combination. So he's building some muta and trying to save some drones here. Hasn't lost too many. He's going to bring up those queens and attack, maybe pick off that one banshee solo, 32. Those queens are relatively fast on creep. And that overseer is just going to be following that banshee around like a little puppy. So finally throwing down a creep tumor. There we go, MaDFroG. Actually put one down here, so 10 minutes in the game, finally putting down his creep tumors. A little late in my opinion. Getting a 3rd queen. Still going pretty hard on gas, up to 4 gas now. That's definitely muta play. Gonna need all 4 of those gas for muta. Now these fights, this is looking, I think MaDFroG has this game in the bag right now in my opinion. I mean, you can look at his army, he's got just a handful of units to deal with the lings and then not much to deal with the muta. I mean, he's got a thor, but Magic Box can really handle that. He's going to have 2 thors out here. It's just going to depend on how much damage MaDFroG can do with these muta. He's going to focus down, pick off that mule. 1 mule goes down, 2nd mule goes down, loses 1, 2 SCVs going down, going to leave 3rd. And then 4! That was a little Sesame Street impersonation there if you got that. Anyways, so spreading out those creep tumors, very nice. MaDFroG throwing out his overlords all over the place. Getting an infestation bit. Ooh, I like the infestors. I've really been playing, using infestors in all of my Zerg matchups, and especially in 2v2. I've just been having a lot of fun with infestors and fungal growth. Easily one of my top 5 favorite units in Starcraft too. So throwing down a 3rd, MaDFroG is definitely playing pretty standard Zerg right now. At least I would consider this pretty standard Zerg. Infestation fit, evolution chamber. I'm going to be surprised if he actually goes for infestors this game, or if he's just going to tech straight to ultra. It looked like he has stopped production of muta, but it wouldn't surprise me if he just keeps going with tons of muta. I've seen a lot of games where MaDFroG doesn't really bother teching to ultras. He just gets like 15 muta, and then he gets 15 more muta. So coming up here, going to come in and kill this thor very easily. Relatively decent spread with the muta, not losing too many there. Losing that thor is going to probably pick off a couple SCVs. So that was a very good trade for MaDFroG. With more thors showing up and some marines, he's going to fall back. But I don't know if ChewbroCColi here has enough AA to deal with this. He still hasn't put up any missile turrets here, even though he saw the mass number of muta, and he's just losing so many SCVs unneededly. And these thors are so slow they can't come up here to defend. He really should have left 1 behind. But MaDFroG really making use of the mobility of the mutalisks, and of course ChewbroCColi sacrificing that mobility because of the thors. So he still hasn't thrown down a missile turret yet. There we go, finally getting that engineering bay. Looks like he's just going to continue to mass quite a few number of thors, and it looks like he's going Thor Banshee kind of play here. That requires a lot of gas. Luckily for him, not too many minerals, because he's lost so many SCVs. Has no more SCVs on this refinery. That's really going to be hurting him. He's going to need as much gas as possible. Down to 2 SCVs over here. But, I mean, in theory, mass Thor and Banshee would be pretty powerful against muta and maybe lings of sorts. I'm not really too sure. I haven't seen that play used very much, so I'm not really quite sure on how those armies match up. But our third is out for MaDFroG. He's even throwing down a fourth hatchery at his natural just for, oh, and even a fifth here. MaDFroG not wanting to do much larval injection. He's just going to have so many hatcheries out. And he's going to have 6 hatcheries now with this one. So throwing down quite a few hatcheries. And actually, we got another attack here. Another Thor just being left back here by itself. And trying to be repaired, but he does pick it off. So MaDFroG making some pretty good trades right now. Killing so many SCVs. How far behind is he? Wow, 54 to 25. Doubling, even sending some links here. Great double pump harassing. He's going to lose some banshees. Oh, MaDFroG is just picking ChewbroCColi apart. He can come in here and pick off those Marines so easily. And ChewbroCColi is just really sacrificed from this lack of missile turrets this game. I mean, sure, these Thors were nice, but he picked them off whenever they were by themselves, and he didn't get enough to repair. And ChewbroCColi is just really in a hurt position right now. Feeling down and out. His economy is crushed. He's going to try and push out now. He has MaDFroG has 34 lings coming out, so I think this 34 lings alone could kill most of this stuff, not including the mass number of mutalisks he has. I saw him getting some upgrades right now. He's at 1 armor upgrade. Very nice. Of course, Thors do 2 attacks. Each attack dealing, let's see, which one is the ranged? Yeah, air. So actually it does 4 attacks, so each one of those 4 attacks reduces armor by, damage by 1, so that 1 armor upgrade reduces 4 damage on that Thor. So doing magic box right there on top of that. Lings coming and surrounding the Thors. Because it's Thors, this is easily game over. Those mutas will wrap up those banshees like a Christmas present the day before Christmas. And those banshees going down. No cloak in sight, even though you probably could have afforded that. So, there we go. ChewbroCColi GGing. And we're tied at 1-1 for this best of 3. And I'm going to cast game number 3 next.